All right, let's get into it. Today we're talking about a story that's really personal, one that comes straight from the gaming world. It's a story about friendship, about life taking some wild turns, and a twist of fate that absolutely nobody saw coming. This is the unforeseen journey of a guy named Xiao Ni.
So, the guy at the heart of all this is Xiao Ni. And picture this, he's on the verge of a whole new chapter, he just finished up his studies overseas. This should be the best time of his life, right? But as his friend tells it, right at that exact moment, when he should have been celebrating, everything went terribly, terribly wrong.
I mean, it's just a shocking turn of events. Xiao Ni was young, he was healthy, totally full of life. So the big question we really need to answer here is a crucial one. How in the world did he end up in an ICU, literally fighting for his life? To really understand what happened, we've got to rewind a bit. Let's go all the way back to 2011, to a busy little video game store. This is where the narrator of the story, the store owner Lao Sun, first met this quiet 18-year-old kid, Xiao Ni. And this is where it all began.
Now, this is where things get interesting, kind of like a twist of fate. So Xiao Ni gets hired in 2011, but he's already got one foot out the door with plans to go study in Japan. Then in March, the Fukushima incident happens. His family, totally worried about his safety, asked him to just wait a year. And that delay? It meant he stuck around, and he ended up becoming the store manager in 2012, before he finally left.
And because he had to stick around, it led to some pretty epic moments. Case in point, the legendary 24-hour race. To get this ridiculously rare trophy in the game Gran Turismo 4, the whole crew got together at the shop, fired up the racing simulator, and literally took shifts driving for 24 hours straight. It was this crazy, sleep-deprived marathon that really cemented their bond as friends for life.
But, time flies. That year was over before they knew it, and the day finally came for Xiao Ni to head off and start his new life in Japan. You know how arriving in a new country can be a total whirlwind? Well, Xiao Ni's first day in Tokyo was something else. He's just walking around with his roommate, and all of a sudden, this guy in a trench coat comes up to him. Super dramatic, right? But then he just pulls out a badge and says, "Police." A pretty nerve-wracking welcome, for sure. But after he showed his brand new student passport, everything was cool. Just a plainclothes officer doing his job.
And get this, his lifelong love for gaming almost turned into a career. He saw a job posting for a company connected with Sony, and the first part of the interview process was just wild. You needed to have a PlayStation Platinum trophy that was so rare only 0.1% of players had it. Well, thanks to all those marathon sessions of Grand Theft Auto 5, he actually had one. He passed the initial screening, but after talking it over with his family, he decided to come back home instead.
And this is what brings us back to where our story started. Xiao Ni comes home, he gets a good, stable job, and everything seems to be going perfectly. But then, a whole series of seemingly random events started to line up and create, well, the perfect storm. A trial that was going to test his strength, his love, and his friendships. So how did it all go down? It was just this horrible string of bad luck. He went to a coworker's wedding and drank a little too much, which, lowers your immune system. On the way home, he caught a chill in the cold wind. Then, his girlfriend unknowingly passed on a viral cold she had. This combination of factors was just devastating. It led to a final, terrifying diagnosis: viral encephalitis, a really dangerous inflammation of the brain caused by a virus.
The way it started was so sudden and just horrifying. He felt sick. He said it felt like ants were crawling in his head. Then, as his mom told him later, after he took a shower, he just stood up on his bed and collapsed. He was in a coma for several days, and when he woke up, he had no memory of the week before. He couldn't even remember waking up and talking to people for 2 full days.
But in this moment of absolute crisis, something beautiful came out of it. You know how they say adversity reveals true character? Well, his girlfriend, the second she heard the news, she rushed to his side. She stayed by his bed every single day after work. That kind of unwavering support through the absolute darkest moments, it solidified their bond, and today, they're husband and wife.
And what about that group of friends from the game store? Well, today, Xiao Ni is fully recovered, and their friendship is as strong as it ever was. Sure, they're busier now. They've got families and careers, but they still make time to get together, grab a drink, and just chat like it was more than a decade ago. It's simple, and that's exactly what makes it so powerful. Xiao Ni's journey is it's a powerful reminder that life can change in an instant, but that the bonds of love and friendship can pull us through the toughest trials.
It's a powerful lesson, and it kind of leaves us with one final thought. What are the moments, big or small, that have defined the most important friendships in your own life?